Let's get this stream acting right. What is the problem? Let me get a test. Let me get a test. Let me get a test. Okay, I think we looking right. I think we looking right. Switching up to my other mic setup creates a little bit of problems. Doing a little extra, but I want to show you all this After Effects stuff though, because this is real dope. I've made some pretty cool changes in my life doing this After Effects type stuff. So we're not talking about no drama. None of that today, unfortunately, is just nerd out with me while I'm on some After Effects. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let me get some music going, and we're gonna get into what I got going. It's a continuation from a stream I did the other day. Music by Soundtrack. Shout out to my guy Soundtrack. But I get some more beats. I need a folder. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, drop me a folder. I need to make like a playlist that I can just let. I mean, this one beat is about to loop the whole time, but I'll just put like, I don't know, 10 of his beats down, 2 minutes each, and just loop those for like a whole hour. And then hopefully if StreamYard lets me upload that, then we'd be good. Shout out to my guy Soundtrack. Check him out at Soundtrack, SNDTRAK. Soundtrack, super dope producer out of California. Most of the stuff I ever post up is stuff by my guy Soundtrack. Adobe After Effects, working on a project for First Floor Group logo reveal. So it's revealing the logo. This is like intro for different projects, promotion, explainer video type thing. So I'm working on this promotional video for First Floor Group. And of course, I wanted to start off with the logo. So I was already working on this before. You guys may or may not have seen a stream where I may or may not have mistakenly messed up my audio. But I had the music playing. So people just thought I was going through the tutorial just with the music. And it actually worked out kind of well. I've seen people do that with tutorials before. But After Effects stuff is pretty complicated. So it works a lot better when people can see exactly what's going on. Anybody in the comments, drop me a 1 if you guys can hear the audio. Michael John was good. So this is the kind of work I do. I do visual media, creative consulting work, videography, motion graphics, explainer videos, this kind of stuff you see on TV, as seen on television or on social media. Been an artist my whole life and want to be an artist when I grew up. Didn't quite do the grow up part, but here I am. What's 5 times 5? Here I am, artist, kind of growed up, all growed up, kind of. Logo reveal, here it is, First Floor Group. So this is kind of what I was working on before. And that's actually the version 2, but I like this. I like it. Shout out to my guy, my client. He saw as I was doing the other stream, and he was saying he was liking how this goes. So it's kind of 2 different versions. One version I set up before where the pieces of the logo fly in from the sides. They kind of do this bouncy movement. Then they fly forward. And in the background, it's hard for you guys to see probably, but there's like this little grid line pattern kind of thing going on. And I did another version of it where the objects just kind of fly forward in what is called the Z-axis space. It just flies forward. So 2 versions I can use at different points throughout this promotional video, or we're gonna do some explainer video stuff. Get into a different logo reveal. Not quite sure what I have in mind, but that's part of the process, right? So I'm walking you guys through the baseline of how we get it over from Adobe Illustrator, where this was designed in Adobe Illustrator. So vector artwork, and then of course the text. So you got a font, like a live typable font. Certain ways you can animate a live typable font, editable font, or you can kind of render it as outlined. So then it's its own vector images in and of themselves. So First Floor Group logo reveal version 1. And then we kind of got like a slight variant of sorts, where if you notice the pieces kind of do this like kind of wiggle thing on the way out. Super simple, but it pops and it works well for his brand. His brand is kind of like he does dope consulting for educational institutions and whatnot. We've done a lot of work with different colleges. So yeah, I mean, but then at the same time, he doesn't want it to be super education corporate. So we want some pop and some flavor to it as well. So just trying to balance out those things. He had a designer put together some really dope artwork for his brand. So I'll be bringing up his brand guidelines set up and looking at what I can also take from that. So right now we're over in Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and Adobe After Effects. So After Effects allows for animation, movement, motion, graphics. Illustrator is pretty much static design. You can design vector images in here. Vector graphics, basically mathematical points that align on the pixel grid setup and designate the shapes. And ultimately, artwork or visuals like this are just shapes. So I can take that shape, warp it like that, or take this shape, warp it like this here. It's not working. There we go, like that. And then it gives me like these handles. I can bend it. So basically the computer just seeing it as mathematical line segments, and I can warp them and bend them and move them in different ways. Super simple stuff, super nerd stuff. I hope y'all following along. For anybody that's looking for a career change, some of the younger guys out there, you might want to get in the game with something like this. I'm also going to be doing some video editing stuff as well, and going into some tutorials on my gear, just kind of why I rock with what I rock with. Sony, by and large, been on sort of team Sony for a few years, you understand? Barry Duncan doing some painting, everybody getting their artwork on. Shout out to Barry, Dennis, Michael John, and whoever else is up in the chat. Amazing that I'm seeing the number 8 people in here. It's pretty mind-blowing. For all these years, been kind of discouraged with even trying to do this kind of stuff based on the algorithm this channel kind of falls into. But AM1Creates, go check out my other channel. More of this content is going to be coming on this other channel, AM1Creates. I'm going to get it set up to where I have more subscribers on my AM1 channel, and I want to get the numbers up on the AM1Creates channel because I really want to pivot to dropping more content on the AM1Creates channel. And certain things I do here, I'll put them up and then I'll take them down, and it'll just be over on AM1Creates. So if this disappears, I'll drop like a little promo to it in my community tab and maybe a teaser video, because I want to use this as a jump off point to send people over to AM1 Free Energy. That's more on the health and fitness tip, mindset, positive mindset, better your life, hopefully. And then of course I want to funnel people over to AM1Creates. That's more on the creative consulting, production element, how you can change your life, build a solid career doing this kind of work. We are in the media age, social media age, for better, for worse. It is a career that you can, a career path that you could take, that you can go down, that creates some semblance of freedom for you, because we definitely need more freedom. Hence AM1 Free Energy. AM1 Free Energy, AM1Creates. Be free to create, create to be free is my tagline for AM1Creates. For obvious reasons, I'm all about that freedom. As you see, it's a common theme, common thread. So this is the one we're gonna do. This is the other one we just did, and obviously that was a prior stream. So I want to do something with this. So I'm kind of thinking it through, right? So I already see what we got here. We got this logo. It's on this particular layer. So this is, again, Adobe Illustrator. Y'all let me know, is the music too loud? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. House chores? Are you painting or doing house chores? Oh, Michael John is doing house chores. Got you. Yeah, the designer did a dope job with this. I didn't design the logo, but I'm just gonna animate it like I just showed you over here in After Effects. I'm just gonna do that part of it. So luckily, I mean, I do design work, but in some instances, it's more fun to just do the animation part and not do like every step of it. It gets kind of crazy. So the music, that's my guy Soundtrack, Original Beats Soundtrack out of Oakland, California. Super dope, up and coming producer. So I'm just looking at it right now because I'm thinking, what do I want to do here? First of all, I'm thinking I might want to set up something like this, like add a new kind of a background to it, because I don't like that it's just flat white, but I don't really want to go outside of his brand guidelines. If I use this color right here, obviously it just washes out. But let's get a little creative with this if we can. Touching on the white. White background. Music is cool. Michael John, I appreciate that. angle the font. No, I can't though. It's part of the brand guidelines for the company. That's the logo. So that's part of, you can't just change the logo like that on the fly, or they're going to come back and be like, hey, that's not my logo. So that's kind of a no-no relative to these kind of design scheme things. Hold on one second. I'm transferring some files right now on another window. So let me, whoa, where did that go? I had a whole other window with some files transferring. Let's see. Okay. Just double timing it on the work, you understand? Did a shoot earlier today, another project. And we just got to stay busy with it. Okay, so wait a minute. This is not right. Actually, all right, I'm gonna worry about that later because I don't want no problems. We're gonna chill off that and just focus on this for right now. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Color gradient. So this is kind of a little design process here on the fly. But what I want to do is go on this gradient and just kind of play around with this. I actually should do this in After Effects. Actually, I'm gonna do it in After Effects. So I'm gonna make a new composition. Again, I'm over in After Effects, new composition. So this will be comp 2. I'm gonna just go new, just to really make it pop away. And I'll just put this one new. All right, 1920 by 1080, that's the basic HD. And we're basically doing 24 frames per second. I won't worry too much about those details with you guys right now. At the background, basically the composition here, the background of the composition is white, but I want to change that up a little bit and just make it be a little bit off. So I'm gonna make a first background layer. And for that, we use this solid, new solid, basically just a block of color. And the solid's gonna be white for now. And then we're gonna add this color gradient ramp to it. So I'll go up here in effects, search ramp, gradient ramp, drop that on there. So now we got this gradient ramp. Black and white over here. So we got black and white, and it basically makes this gray, right? These little handles over here. Black handle right here, and the white handle at the bottom. So black to white. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna get rid of this because I'm gonna use 4 color gradient. That one is just 2 colors, obviously. So I'll go to 4 color gradient. 4 color gradient, drop that on there. Just give me these options of 4 colors. Go over to Illustrator. Maybe I should have did on Illustrator. But basically, I just need the color codes for this. Obviously, black is black. And this isn't even all the way black, but that's fine. Either way, I want this color. Looks for 3D, gradient is nice. Gray tone background. Definitely going to do a little bit of a gray, but I need to get this actual purple that's a part of the brand itself. And I'm going to throw that in this corner right here. So I'll just paste that in. And I'm going to just get that. Actually, that'll be, where's that one? It's the gray that I'm going to use. I'm going to kind of go like this. That's cool. Do it like that and do that like that. So you already see where that's gonna kind of go. Make it kind of interesting. We'll see. Might ditch all this later anyway, but we gonna see. But then basically I just go get his other color as well. We're gonna throw that in the mix. And we're gonna see what they do. All right, real simple. All that just to do that. And we'll see about that later on. If I stay with that, I might change it up. Who knows? Let me pull this back down, just kind of play it just a little bit. Let me see. I want to kind of have a little bit of this popping off the corners like this. So this is, again, it's more like on the design tip, right? Like we want to see what that does. That color kind of washes out more. So for the sake of the gradient in this kind of grayish situation, kind of fade it like that. Give it a real cool blur to it. I want it to be really subtle. So I want it like that, might maybe back even more. I want that very subtle. So what's going to happen is this. This is where the magic starts happening when you want to line up a logo reveal like this. So I'm back to the Illustrator file. That black green section is bomb. Appreciate that. Let's see. So we got these shapes. Oh, this is interesting too because the logo is different here. Oh, so they swapped the colors around specifically because, so they can't use the white on black, so they used the black on white. Okay. So always important to make sure that you're going by their company guidelines. That's why I couldn't, Michael John said that. Like you were saying, angle that font. So yeah, if I like try to angle the font, it's going to do something like this. And he going to look at me like I'm crazy and be like, bro, what are you doing? So it needs to stay like that. I mean, I could do it, but all right, and let's do this stuff first though, because I'm going to play around with this to where first floor group. Actually, you know what? I kind of see what I'm going to do here already. Oh, I think I got it. All right. So first of all, I'm going to make this logo animate on. So what I do, this is the background here. I didn't put anything there, so that's fine. I'm gonna lock this layer. Actually, let me copy all of this. So I make what is called, or what I call, a reference layer, because it's gonna animate, right? It's a logo reveal. So it's all gonna resolve to being in this exact position. I want everything in this exact position when I get it over to After Effects. So I'm just gonna copy all of this, and on another layer in Illustrator, I'm just gonna go Controller Command F, so it's paste in place. So it literally pasted it right back in place. It's just hidden. They're the same color anyway, but it pasted it on another layer in the exact same position. I feel you, but you can give them multiple options. Yeah, no, trust me, I already know my guy's gonna be like that. It's not the business. He's like a stickler for that kind of stuff. So since this is a reference layer, all I care about is the overall shape, and I'm basically gonna use this just as a map and a guideline. There's other ways to do this, but this is just the way I do it. And that's kind of how I teach it because it just simplifies it. It's kind of a rugged way to do it. And I'll take this and basically merge this into one shape because it doesn't need to be different shapes. So I basically made the logo and just took it and stamped it. So as you see, this logo lines up perfectly on top of that. So it's the exact same size, exact same placement. And that's very important for how I'm going to animate it. Because I want everything to line up perfectly in place. Now with the magic of these scripts and plugins, I'm able to just take this whole vector image. This is a vectorized image. Remember, I could take all these little mathematically perfect edges and kind of move them around and bend them around. For the sake of how I'm going to do this logo reveal, and you'll see how it works because I just thought of it. Again, I went into this not knowing how I would do it, which is kind of not the best idea, kind of on the stream, because I don't want it to be too long. But I got the idea. So I'm gonna take this and beam it over. Again, I'm in Illustrator right now. I'm gonna beam it over in After Effects just with this little button up here. Bam. First floor group ref layer. So I'm gonna just go ref, logo ref. It's just reference because I just want to keep it in place. So it just beams over there and it's red just so it stands out, right? Because what I'm also gonna do is take each individual piece of this logo and beam it over there. And that's ultimately where the logo resolves to. Now, I already have an idea of what I'm going to do with this, so I'm going to save myself a little bit of trouble. Actually, let me think it through. Actually, let's do it like this. Should I tell you guys what I have in mind now, or should I just do it and you guys kind of see it? Now, I don't want to spoil it. This is already nerd levels enough, so I want to kind of save some of it for later. But yeah, we got all these different pieces, so it's layers, right? Or it's all on one layer, but it's all vector images built from a font. So it basically was this. Let me see. So it's basically that right there, but this is still editable text. So that's the difference. And that's very important because I could do certain things and animate this text. That and this are the exact same thing, except with this one, I can still edit it and shift it around like that. So that's very good to know because it's super important. So just to demonstrate that for you guys again, real quick, for anybody watching this later, I know this ain't quite for everybody. For the people who understand what this is, they understand. Michael John, I appreciate that. Let's see here now. All right, so Nick Taylor was good. All right, I might try it a couple of different ways, but let me see. Because what I really had in mind, I'm gonna do this. Let me do this. I'm gonna take this. All right, I'm gonna try both of these ways. So I can always just undo this later. So I basically just took this and stamped that into one piece, stamped that into one piece, stamped that into one piece. Because before, these are all individual letters like this. I just basically grouped them all together like that. And these are all individual pieces as well. So using this magic again, if this all works right and the script understands what I want, I could take all of this, hit a button, and just beam it all over there in one swoop. So it just gave me a bunch of layers down here. Again, I just sent that from Illustrator to After Effects. Now you see kind of what I'm working with, right? So as I did that color gradient thing, you see I'm running into a bit of an issue here because I need more of this. This is kind of washing out a little bit. There's a few ways I might be able to deal with that with some shadows or whatever, but we gonna sort this out. Actually, let me get into this right now. I mean, it's no big deal. I can always go back and change this, but as you guys can see, or what if I just did this? What if I just did this? Give me my handle. Bam. I could just do that. I don't know. Is that acceptable? Could I just do that? Do I have the power? Do I have the power to just change that on the fly like that? The gradient? Will my client like that? I'm sending him a link to this, but he's out of country right now. Can you rainbow the words with the purple, green, etc. and gray background? Maybe I can do it. The trick would be, and this is part of doing this kind of work, does it work for the brand of the client? And I can already tell you no, because I've been working with this guy for a while. It's bright. You want the logo to be focal point. Yeah, so that's kind of why I switched it around and made this more the purple side. This was already, again, remember, it's already white on these colors. So this is kind of a low contrast situation right here because that color. So I still might put some shade behind this, but for now, I'm just focused on this. But I like how this plays out right now because, again, I wanted that to be subtle. And of course, I can always just take this whole layer. I hit T for transparency, opacity, and I can just dim the whole thing down too. So that's always an option later. But I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna deal with it later. So since I don't even want to make any changes on this, I'll put it at 100%, leave it at that, and then I'll lock it so I can't make any other mistakes. So now we're back to this whole situation where I have the logo ref layer. Layers get way out of control, right? So I have all these layers right here that are all the same color. So they give us the option of having these labels. We can tag the labels in different colors. So the logo ref, that's behind there. That stays in place. So I'm gonna lock that too. So all I need to work with right now is these layers right here. And it looks like everything got sent over properly. So let me double check. First floor group was sent over as a group. And then I got my first 3 objects right here. So for now, we're looking good. So now I start to think, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? First floor group, first floor group, first floor group. It needs to resolve like that. So I have this idea where I want to do something like this. I'm going to show you guys what I had in mind. And I might want to make it more complex than even what I'll do here. But for now, I'll just show you. So here's what I'm going to do. Label that group because it's group. You can guess what I'm going to label this, right? Purple typist, just so you know. and I'm like reaching around a bunch of stuff on my desk. Doesn't really matter as long as I know what these are. I'm not handing this project off to anyone else. All right, cool. So pretty much got those in order. Actually, I'm gonna change the order like that. So triangle, square, circle. And I'm actually gonna change the color of these as well, just to give some more separation. So I'll change the label to yellow. So now, you know, trying to be neat and tidy. Is that the way client wants the logo set out? Well, this is their logo. So this is from their brand guideline. So they already know. And they have another variation of the logo that is this, which I already animated before. And I already know he likes this because he saw it when I streamed it before when I was doing this. So I got this little version of it. Everything just slides forward, pretty simple. And then I got one where it reveals on like this, and then everything kind of slides away with a little bit more kind of chaos and ruggedness at the end of it on the out, where you see they kind of zigzag across each other. So it's real simple, real subtle differences, but those are the kind of details that you put into motion graphics like this. So there's that logo variant. I added some shadow, did some different things where it pops in place and kind of moves like that. Yeah, I like this version better myself, but he has two different versions. So I'm just setting him up. Plus, I'm building this into another project, and we're gonna do an explainer video, a few different things. So this is my guy. I've been working with him for years. And I know we gonna get busy into some things. Let me change the order of that because that is in front of that currently right now. So that's cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. First floor group. So first floor. So we're playing on this idea of first floor steps. Michael John says, are you strictly working the digital side or the all-encompassing logo parts, card side? Yeah, no, I'm not getting into the design part because he already has the brand guidelines already pretty much laid out. He had some dope designers build all this stuff out. And if I have time, I'll get into some of what I have in mind for that as well. He has these really dope images kind of built out. I'll just see what it takes for what I have in mind with this. What I want to do is create a situation like this where first floor group, so it's like a step kind of situation, right? So what I'm going to do is I want these things to obviously reveal and ultimately be in the final position. So what I'm going to do is highlight all three of these because I know I want these to end up right here. I really could highlight all of these. And option P for position is going to create what is referred to as hold on one second. All right, so yeah, it just gave me these keyframes. So you see these little things I'm sliding over. So keyframes. So basically it's saying this is where I want everything to resolve to. I want it to be in that position. Actually, let me make it a little change over here. Why is it long? I'm gonna change this to notice ain't gonna be longer than 10 seconds. So I just made the whole timeline 10 seconds. All right, where's my keyframes? P for position. Keyframes. Oh, whoa, what happened? Oh, maybe it ditched my keyframes. All right, so I'll just ditch all the keyframes anyway. E. Position keyframes. All right, so I got all my keyframes right here. And let's see. Just for the sake of this, so you guys can see what I'm doing here, I'll grab these parts right here because I'm focusing on this for now. Just the first floor group. And right now, nothing's happening because it's just keyframe to its current position. So what's going to happen is this. Let me add this little guide here because this will kind of help me set up what's coming next. So there's going to be this mask, and these things are going to reveal from behind a mask. So it's going to hide them. So I'm going to take this and move this down. So I'm sliding this down with the controls up here because I know I want everything evenly all at the same time slide down. Now I'm going to make that variable later. But for now, you guys just help me build a super dope animation. Right? That's crazy. Oh, look at that. That's dope. That whole movement lapses over a second because we're at 1 second, 24 frames per second. That's 1 second right there. So 1001, 1001. But that's way too slow. But it doesn't really matter right now because we're gonna go fix some things. So I'm kind of walking through this kind of on a basic beginner kind of note and just showing you like simple animation. That technically is an animation. But it gets way more fun than that. It gets way more fun than that. So first floor group. So let me do this right now too. Let me get into this because this will be interesting as well. So what I'm gonna do, there's a few ways to do this. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna make a mask. So I'm gonna copy this. Here's the thing where we do the solids, right? So new solid, that's gonna cover everything up. But let me name it. So it's gonna be first mask. And I'm gonna change the color of it too so I don't confuse myself, because as you see, this stuff gets pretty confusing pretty quick. This covers everything. So here's what's finna happen. You can wait a minute, something didn't happen properly. Let's see what's good. Oh, ha, I didn't draw the mask. Stupid. All right, so first mask. Gotta hide it behind a mask. So what I did here is just basically put an object on top of this that's going to block it out, which is this object. I drew this mask so it covers it up. The thing is, I don't want to see the mask. I just want to use this mask to hide that text. That's the whole point of it. So now when I animate it, it just reveals from behind basically nothing. So it's technically a layer there, but I set up the blend mode, the track matte mode of this layer in such a way where the layer is there and I'm just using it as an object to mask out and hide what's below it. So I replicate that 3 times. So in this case, wait, Michael John, roll up in 3 parts like steps, first floor group, then hit a gleam or a shine. Just been, oh, so he wants to jump ahead. Oh, so you just want to jump ahead. I know, unfortunate word, mask, right? But yeah, this word masking relative to art in graphic design has been used for decades. So we can rock with mask here. This is not about, yeah, actually, let me fall back because this ain't the stream. But Bari, yes, we are on the exact same step. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is duplicate this, and this is kind of a touchy kind of situation, so to speak. So first mask, then I'm gonna go, that one is gonna go over group. So I need to rename this to group mask. It gets way more complex than this, trust me. It's gonna be group mask because this one is specifically meant to deal with group. And actually I'll change the colors on these just to kind of help it be less chaotic because it's gonna get chaotic real quick. And I'll just make that brown just to create separation. And there's gonna be another, actually, I don't like that brown color. Let's see. Aqua, we use that. So I gotta go do this thing where I change this mode thing again, right? Actually, let me do this part first. So since I duplicated that layer, this mask is in the exact same position as the first one I did. So in this case, I want to grab this whole thing and just slide it over for floor. Because this is now going to be... Oh, wait, I messed up. This needs to be floor mask. Got out of order. Y'all didn't catch that? Come on, y'all ain't paying attention. Floor mask. Floor mask. So it's partially on floor. So I just got to extend this mask out a little bit. And then when I hit the button, it's going to hide it. Bam, bam, bam. And then we'll go alpha inverted. So bam, it hides that one too. So there we go. Michael John trying to jump ahead. No, Michael John, you good. No, that's what's up. That's dope that you thought of it that way. But yeah, obviously first floor. And with this, it's like we want pop to this design, but we don't want it too crazy. So there's movement with the other logo version that I did, and it kind of has some pop and bounce to it. You know, fun and playful, because he wants kind of this fun, playful, energetic kind of vibe. But he does kind of do certain serious education type projects. Now, me and him talk about this a lot and talk about we don't want to just do dry corporate type stuff. We want to be able to try to add certain level of flavor to it. And sometimes they give us pushback on that. So again, I've been working with this dude for like 6 years. It's one of my longest clients. He's the homie. He's my friend, client. Been watching his kids grow up. So I know his brand, I know what he's doing, and I know who he has to kind of deal with and who he has to appeal to as well. So this is why people consult with me. Gene, what's good? So part of the creative consulting work is really understanding the brand and where a company wants to take, you know, their presentation, their image, their culture. That's a part of it. Let me see. Actually, hold on. Let me show. I'm gonna send this link over. Stand by one moment while I share the video. I'm gonna share it from the other channel. One moment, please. Share. One second. I'm gonna do these. I want to do these in such a way where it's like I can be on camera too. Takerica Styles, what's good? And let me send this to the other homie who I know is interested in After Effects. Actually, a couple of my guys. One second. I'm gonna get back into this. Since Michael John wants to jump ahead and he just revealed what we doing here. No, that's what's up. He saw it. Oh, where's my guys? Let's see. Here we go. And another one. And maybe one more. Let's see. Maybe MWP will pull up and say what up. Y'all make sure if you guys are finding this interesting, go hit support the other channel. Support the other channel. Let me get some numbers up on that as well, so I can, you know, get that one monetized, because this is the real thing right here. I talk a lot about skills and resources, and these are skills right here that have been built on other skills that have allowed me to build more resources, get into some different investments, do a lot of different things. But I really want to show brothers the light on going in this direction, because it can be very beneficial and life-changing. I mean, it's just dope, period, to be able to more or less work for yourself. Let me change the label on this. So we're back. Change these labels right here, make both of these aqua. So I'm going to do that exact same thing where I duplicate the mask, right? So you understand the masks, floor, the word floor is hidden behind that mask. The word first is hidden behind that mask. So when it plays, they just reveal up from the mask. And Michael John already blew the lid off the whole simple idea. Super simple. I mean, no, I'm just messing with you, Michael. All right, so we got the group mask, and hit this little button right here. Actually, nope, I won't jump ahead because that kind of makes it more confusing. But let me move this over here. So let me put this back down here. Move this here. Whoa, buddy. I gotta move that over. And I gotta kind of play around with this mask a little bit, because this one's different because it has that P, right? So I gotta extend this down. Doesn't really matter as long as the top part is aligned with the other ones. Then I gotta make this wider, of course, so it covers the whole thing. And then I hit this little button to invert the mat, so it understands like, oh, so you specifically want that to cover that. Telling the computer. So bam. They all rock out. And then I'm going to change this labeling too to kind of tidy it up. I'll make that orange. And that's fine. So we got first, floor, group, and they're all hidden behind masks. So I'm going to go into this position. So I got my keyframes, right? I showed you the keyframes. I'll set that up. You see how crazy it's getting with the layers, right? Actually, what I'm going to do right now with this too is hide these layers. So it has this shy button where you can kind of just go through and hide the layers, because they understand it's gonna get messy. It's gonna get ugly. So what I'm gonna do here now is make these come on, because this is half a second. 12 frames, 24 frames per second, 12 frames is half a second. I want to give this more of like a realistic kind of movement. Bari, I appreciate that. Appreciate the sub, Bari. Hope everybody else sub to AM1Creates channel. Let me get y'all that link if y'all want to sub to that, or you know any young guys who sit and play video games all day. This is the kind of stuff that gets you exposed to where you might want to make video games, not just play video games. Imagine get paid to make the video game versus just sit and maybe pay time to play them all day. Now, I'm not trying to hate on video games, but I'd much rather pay to make graphics than get paid to make graphics than pay my attention / time to what other people make. I'm not hating. I'm not trying to hate. Yeah, Michael John pulled you into the vibe. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you rocking with it. All right, let's see. So what I'm going to do is what's called easing. Really try to like make the physics more natural. So I hit F9, function F9. Yeah, so Apple MacBook Air, but with the M1 chip, is allowing me to rock this stream and have Illustrator and After Effects running all at the same time on this tiny little 13-inch computer. I'm loving it. I gotta say, I'm very happy with what Apple has done with this and allowing me to rock with this. So again, I just did this easing thing. So I have my keyframes. Remember the keyframes right here are showing the movement, right? So that keyframe says the position is there. This set of keyframes shows the position there, revealing it on to where I want them to resolve to. So with the easing, I want to make it a little bit more realistic. So operating like physics, right? So inertia, objects that are still tend to stay still, and objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So from a still object, something takes time to get its momentum going. So I'll show you a direct graphic representation of that. So pretty simple. It's moving. I mean, it already is eased to a certain degree, but I want to make it a little bit more drastic. So it's kind of speeds in and kind of tapers off. Now it's not traveling that far, so it's not going to be that drastic, but I like that though, because it just pops in a little bit more smooth like. Also, now that we have a movement like this, I'm going to turn on this here motion blur like this here, and it automatically brings it in. So now you guys might not be able to see it, but now it has more realistic motion blur to it. This isn't even the full render, so if I give it the full render, it should look more crisp, but bam, 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 bam. All right, so that's 6 seconds. I like that, but maybe let's see what happens if we make it a full second. Okay, now that's kind of cool though. But here's what I'm thinking. Maybe 75% of a second. I like that. But it's going to be staggered as well though. So now we can get into this staggered situation where the floor and the group come in later. So just kind of doing it like this. So Michael John, that's what you're talking about, right? So Character Style says, I'm trying to get my 23-year-old son trying to get my 23-year-old son to sub to my channel. Yes, please do. I'm about to start doing a lot of this so much more. Can I do the opposite with the words coming down from the top? Just wondering. Yes, I can, but I have to move the mask above it. But to the Michael John's point, because it's first floor group, we're playing this game with this step kind of thing, right? So it's like first floor group. So we're playing like this step kind of notion. Now, the logo is going to reveal on. We could just cut, but if we make it reveal off, then maybe we go down. But it will go down back behind the mask. Well, I don't know. Maybe we do go up. We might entertain that. We might have to shift the mask around, but maybe we do it that way. That could be interesting. We'll keep that in mind. For sure. I'm trying to be cool about it. I want him to get these skills and resources for show. He built his first computer. What? And I'm hoping he keeps going. Well, yeah. He's building computers. Whoa, because he's a gamer. Takerica, he's a gamer. We build a computer to play video games. People think I'd be hating on gaming, but I'm just like already to the point in my life where it's like I get paid to make graphic type stuff like this. I ain't trying to hate, but let me shut up. All right, so here's what we doing. Here's where we at. So here's the staggered. First floor group. So it's pretty much already there. So what I want to do is make it to where you kind of see these going before it even gets all the way there. So let's see what that would take. No, not quite. It has the easing, so it's kind of hard. It's almost like, there we go. That's part of the game too. Just sit there and play it over and over. I can just shorten it to this where it just loops. Just sit there and just look at it. I'm thinking one down and then one up, like going up to the first floor, coming down to the first floor. Huh, okay. I didn't consider it that way. That's an interesting idea. Damn, that's a very good idea. I legit did not think of that. Since it's three things, then, damn, I really like that idea. Let me send this link out to someone else as well, now that I'm at it. One moment, please. Please stand by. Select all, copy, send, and one more, and then I'm back. One more, and then I'm back. Oh, come on. One up, one down, one from the right. All right. Because I like it. Nick Taylor doesn't understand. I like it though. So we're gonna do another version though. So we're gonna keep that like we had it, so it's non-destructive, meaning we're not fully locked in on that, but we're gonna keep that in mind. Hold on one second. Let me get a sip of some agua. Pardon me. Yeah, okay, you guys low-key got some good ideas. I don't know. Floor comes up. Floor is gonna come up, first is gonna come down. And when it's like everyone is tolling to the first floor, because that's where group at. Yeah, no, you see the story even in the motion graphics. That's what's up. That's what's up. God, I'm such a good teacher. All right, so here's, now we got to deal with this now, because y'all being hella extra. So now we got to go change the whole mask around and everything, because y'all want to be all that. Y'all want to take all the credit, so you know, y'all think y'all too good. So okay, let's see. Because now, partially too, I'm thinking I want to low-key make this come up higher. We're gonna see. We're gonna play with it though. So again, it's gonna resolve to that position. So the start position goes up, and then it hides behind there. So actually, let me do this too though, because I just moved that. And put some markers here. Let me put some markers here. Yeah, you gotta have the story to it. Oh, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Okay. Okay, team. Okay, team. Okay, team. Yeah, people say I'm an overthinker. I'm not sure that's certain things you can overthink, but I'm a DaVinci Resolve editor goon though. Nick, always hella extra. Sound effects, crazy gear, beefing with people over, oh no, that's super sly. Beefing with people over what stream software they use. Nick's probably one of those too though. He's probably one of those too. Wait, Team AMC? What do you mean AMC? Michael John, what you think? I liked that. I like that. And it's kind of setting up because if y'all haven't noticed yet, we haven't addressed the little logo objects too. Yeah, no, I want it to be subtle, but we still got to deal with this though. And remember, because we already have the whole other logo version that is this, that's bigger. This whole black thing is the whole screen. So that's taking up way more of the screen. So we got this version right here that's literally just thin like that. So yeah, I'm loving that it comes down. I like that. First floor group. And then we will rock you. We will rock you. So the group mask, which I did not word properly. That's an easy fix. All right, so we got the group mask, because that's gonna have to move, obviously, right? If we're gonna do this. Or should I just ditch the whole mask and just make it come from like off screen? You understand? Because I could just do that and just make it be like, oh, wait a minute. So just to save the trouble of that, I'm gonna delete that keyframe. Actually, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna delete this keyframe. So it's gonna snap it right back there because it's only referencing this keyframe right here, this position. This is telling it the position, the coordinates on the screen based on this little marker thing in the center. So if I take this now and move it on the X axis, it's gonna slide up on over there. Now it's already eased, right? Because we already did this whole easing thing. So it's gonna come flying in like that there. Oh. Now this travels a further distance, so the whole easing process is a little different, right? So I could make it go faster by moving this keyframe in. So this is where when it just becomes experiencing eyeballs, just trying to Nick said, that's what I was trying to express. Everybody got the good ideas. The objects rolling. Okay, wait, I missed some of what y'all were saying. I like the shapes big. I'm all about big. But the shapes are big on the other logo or on the other variation. You see why they're small, right? Because everything's on the same like plane for the most part. Like that narrow, thinner situation versus this stacked one or this stacked one. Bari, come on. I know you see what we doing here. And I'm not the designer, and this is already baked in and paid for. We're not redesigning the logo, we just animating the logo, okay? Bari's like, nah, let's redesign the logo and then animate it. And then he could be like, nah. To me, when I think of what I remember from this, the shapes, they're key in my mind anyway. Yeah, no, I think that's, for the most part, most people's minds work that way, especially an artistic mind, which I believe you are an artistic mind. So that makes a lot of sense that you would say that. Bari Duncan. Move that over a little bit. Oh, did I just mess everything up? I did. All right, let me fix this. Hold on one second. Let me just tidy something up here. There we go. Let's see. I just got to feel out this here timing right here. There we go. First floor group. Yeah. First floor group. First floor group. First floor group. Yeah. I'm chanting it. All right. Objects and shapes rolling from the left, but first. Yeah, that needs to happen. Nah, the shapes definitely need to roll in first from the left, but we got 3 shapes. We got the first floor group stacked. This is all good right here. But now I did want to think about how those shapes get there. Technically, we should have dealt with the shapes first, but I saw this idea popped in my mind, and I want to start building it out just to get going on the stream. Like, mind you, I didn't really think through what I was going to do. So all of what's happening is just freestyle live on the stream. And we got people in here who are creative and are like, basically kind of see the vision I had. Now I was going to just come up from behind the mask. Then Michael John and other folks were like, well, let's come down to the first floor. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what that do. And we did that and it looked dope. And I'm with that. And we doing that. I like this. I really do like this. So it's also making me think as well, since there's the down from up, there's the up from down, it's making me think I want to make this triangle kind of almost like slash through, right? So here's what I'm thinking. I want this to all happen in no more than 4 seconds. So there's that part as well. So if I take everything and move it back, we got to deal with these shapes now. You understand? Or let's be hard-headed and still be going backwards. How about that? Let's be hard-headed because I already shot myself in the foot, probably doing this other part first. But let's just be more hard-headed. How about that? All right, so group is going to go back where group came from. Everything's just going to go back where it came from on the reveal out. Floor is going to go basically just copy that keyframe and paste it back so it goes right back where it was. And I'm gonna take the keyframe where that was at and put it right back there. So everything just gets up out of there. You'll see. And let me get the easing popped in there. So we want to get the easing right? Because we want that to be looking right? And I'm gonna just take the easing off of this for now, and then reinstall it, so to speak. So again, the easing, I wanted to have that slow vibe where it starts to ramp up slowly. Yeah, then we up out of there. You gotta make sound effects with it, like whoop, whoop, yeah, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I actually might add some like sound effects like that. Like, whoop. That'd be kind of fresh. Barry Duncan says, "Can you make the shapes move in a circle?" Interesting. Yes. Is it easy? No. But part of it is you got to think. I can make a move in a circle, but think about how everything on this is kind of on this linear plane, right? Like everything is basically like in this little box. I'm using this guide ruler thing to show you that it's kind of like, it's kind of off brand, right? So I'm almost thinking more linear, and maybe not, maybe see, while the words go up and down, shapes go in a circle. Nah, that's not the look. That's not the look. It needs to slash across, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Maybe. We're gonna see. But you see my logic, right? You see my logic. Like what I said, Barry Duncan. Like what Barry Duncan said. Object shapes roll in from the left, but first roll in from the left, but something needs to happen from the right. Let me think. Damn. Okay, let me see. Because I'm almost thinking about something like this. Like, watch, feel me on this, y'all. Feel me on this. On a circle, I'm gonna take, because this is an option too. This is gonna bug y'all out when I do this. Watch. But I'm just curious just to play around with it and see what happened. Oh, so this is something we could potentially work with too. Like, you see, or actually the reverse of such a move. You see, so that's something as well that just popped in my mind. Like, That's kind of dope, though. I see. Well, even with the shapes moving in from the left, then something needs to happen from the right. So that's part of motion design as well. It's like you're literally triggering the motion like it's real physics. One thing makes another thing happen, makes another thing happen, makes another thing happen. So it's kind of a chain reaction. I'm going to catch this on the restream. Your designs are dope. Geronimo, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Yeah, I know this stuff gets boring and repetitive, but catch you on restream. Geronimo, go hit before you go, if you're still in here, go holler at my new channel where there'll be more tutorial type skills and resource based info like this. More tutorials, camera gear, all that. I'm gonna be showing everybody how I get down with all this visual media, creative consulting, and production. All right, so I'm almost thinking with this 3 shapes mimic the 3 words. Okay, let me see. Let me try to visualize what that would look like. Let me see. Most certainly, I'm a designer. I need this stuff myself. Design myself. I need stuff. Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. Definitely about to run up more of this stuff. I mean, I'm amazed that there's 9 people in here watching this now. So yeah, definitely will be more of it. Not boring, just busy with work. Okay, I feel it. Handle business. I'll be the first to tell you, handle that biz. I was kind of thinking about this. What do y'all think about this? Let's see. What if I did something like this? Because, all right. Scale. Oh, wait a minute. So now the property here that I'm changing is the scale. So I'm making it get bigger, right? So If I make everything big like this, 37, 37, 37. I'm just curious. Oh, that's kind of dope. Oh, that's interesting. And if I stagger them, I'm just kind of playing around with something right here, thinking out loud, graphically, thinking out loud. You see where I'm going? Y'all hating. You have 49 and at the other channel now it's 50. Okay, that's what's up. Nick, I appreciate the update. Appreciate the updates. 50 people about to get laced with a whole lot of visual media game. You understand? You understand me? All right. I don't know. Like, it's kind of the thing, right? Like, you could literally invest time going in one direction. Hold on. Telling my homegirl I'm live doing this After Effects right now. I sent her the link. She was like, thank you. I'm like, live right now. Yelling it at her. Yeah, because she's not in here, because I would know. First plus first shape floor. This is first logo creation tutorial. Well, it's not logo creation more than it's just animation. It was already built. I'm glad I didn't have to design it, because the whole design layout for this is wild. Let me take a little break and show y'all as I kind of rethink this whole thing. If I can find this this setup. First floor group. Oh snap. What else? And I got another logo reveal for the same project. I'm going to run up as well. Where's that brand guidelines thing? Motion. And watch, these tutorial setups gonna get a lot better too. At least the music is gonna change up, because I know I'm gonna set that up. Shout out to my guy Soundtrack. Shout out to my guy Soundtrack, who made this beat. Shout out to StreamYard for letting you upload your own custom music. That's dope. Okay, brand guidelines AI, branding board AI, poster AI. Let's see what this poster is hollering about. Yeah, so he had a designer build out this poster situation. That's real dope. So he has all these different, like, you guys can see that, right? Yeah. So he has this whole setup, and this is dope, and I really want to like play around with this. And I have some very interesting ideas of how I could possibly animate this. So this is all custom artwork, and you see it's on brand and on color. So he had a dope designer set this all up, and I want to honor that by taking like these symbols, like this glyph line art style, and really being able to like implement this in a motion graphic context. Like, this is really dope. Like, that's how artists are. You see some other art and it's kind of a handoff. So I'm just like, all right, let me do something with this. I want to treat this right. Bar, you see this? This is wild, right? This is crazy. So I was already kind of brainstorming, how can I animate these things? I have a kind of a dope idea, but it'll probably take way too long. Yanni Pop, what's good? And Ayana, look up in the chat and you'll see a link to AM1Creates channel. Make sure you sub there. Oh, that's the one you came in on. Okay, because I sent you that link. A lot more video, motion graphic tutorial type stuff is happening there. That's like, you know, the brand that I run my client work through, AM1Creates. Shout out to my sis, Ayana, in the building. She be getting down on the creative tip, has been for years, and looking to soak up more game on this type of tip. So this is gonna be dope animating this. This might have to be a whole other stream. But let's see what y'all talking about. Yeah, Nick, yeah, wow, that's gonna be ridiculous. Right, that's crazy. I'm just thinking of the ways I could flip this. There's so much to work with here. It's kind of overwhelming now that I look at this again. I don't remember it being this complex. I haven't looked at this in a minute. Wait a minute. Enlarge all three geometric shapes and have them shrink to their final size, overlapping each other, but it would have to go quick. So when the last shape is coming in, the word starts sliding in. Okay. Nick, I appreciate that. Let's see. You can pull each shape out first, then the word thing. Well, the idea is the shapes need to land first, in my opinion, and then the text. So right now, again, I'm just going back to how I was playing around with this whole scale situation. And there's some whole other geometry issue that I'm gonna have to tend to as well. But just to get to the point of getting this motion off in this first floor group part, and I appreciate you guys' help with that because I really like how that played out. But now I've pinned myself into doing this other thing. I'm basically hustling backwards on this one. So now I got to think my way out of a little trap. Because we trapping. All right, let me think this through here. Let me see. Plus, there's a whole other issue with this. Yeah, the shapes have to land first for sure. The shapes definitely have to land first. Part of my thinking is how they land, because here's a whole other issue with this. Not only do they not need to land first, they need to land centered. Shapes fast, words slower. Maybe. Because here's the thing. Here's how this really should work. Let me just stop playing around and just get to it. So I'm adding some more position keyframes just to reset the fact that I want them all to be where they're at right now. So we see their keyframe to that exact position right now. So here's what's going to happen. Everything fits perfectly in. So we see what we're dealing with. I'm going to ditch these keyframes over here. So I'm not tripping off that. I just want these positions right here. So they're right where they need to be. Now, what I need to do is 1920 by 1080. So I'm gonna go to info and put this in the middle. So it's 960. I just want this guideline because I'm trying to get it dead center. And it's not letting me put it dead center, which is highly annoying. 960, where you at? There we go. 960. Okay. And while we're at it, might as well do one on 540. Now, this is important because, you know, we just want to be as accurate as possible. I'm going to ditch that because we don't even really need that anymore. We don't need that anymore for now. We don't need that anymore. That was just for the mask. So I have these center points, right? So I have these shapes in position right now. We're going to go back to fit. So here's the deal. Here is the deal. I want those to end up over there, but I feel like, and there is a feeling part to this, because there's art to this, right? It's kind of subjective. My feeling is that I like geometry. This is an asymmetrical image. However, I want everything that happens with these shapes to happen in the middle first. And now I could be wrong. Since you guys are experts and you guys are telling me what to do, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm the one who's doing it, so we're gonna do what I want to do. So whatever happens with this, and I can hide this ref layer. Let me unhide this thing. I put it on shine mode and I hid the ref layer, but I don't need the ref layer, so I can ditch that. And again, that's the background. Typically we label that BG, so I'm gonna just tidy that up, label it BG, lock it again, and hide it. Well, hide it like that, just to get it up out of there. And for the sake of this work, I'm going to put these on shine mode as well and hide those. So we're just working with those for now. So we got these objects lined up, not lined up, lined up. Yeah, they got to be geometric. Let's see. Drop a shape opposite direction of the word. Drop. So first brings in third shape, floor brings in middle shape. I see where you're going with that, but still, this you see, feel me on this geometry part first. Because even now with this, right? Like, that's going to end up getting over there. I'll put the motion blur on that. Because that needs to get over there. You understand? That needs to get over there. And at some point, this is going to move over. Because I already know how I'm going to do this because I'd be doing this stuff. This thing is going to end up moving. And then that's going to happen. You feel me? You see? By the time that gets over there, then those things are going to drop in. So I need something to happen first here. Then these things is about to get up out of there. Then that's going to fall in. You see where I'm going with that, right? You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Then they got to get up out of there. So right now what's in question for me is, how do we deal with this? There's a lot of ways we can deal with this. So I like where we're going now. But I knew for a fact that I was going to take this and make this slide. Yeah, you definitely don't want it to be too busy. But then at the same time, we see there's busyness here. So because we know the brand and the culture, there can be certain level of busyness. But then at the same time, the logo itself is pretty simple. It's just 3 shapes, right? So that's dope how this designer used elements from the logo and just shapes with this level of simplicity. So we got the circles, we got the square, we got the triangles built into this. So we can let this be messy, but it's very artistic, it's very strategic with the glyphs. But then the logo is pretty precise, pretty simple. But I knew for a fact that I wanted to do something like this because I trust me, just trust me on this, okay? Just trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. All right, so here's the deal. I'm not gonna worry about this part too much yet. And again, I'm doing this backwards. Actually busy is in motion. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. But that's an interesting phrase. Shout out to my guy, Black Trunks in the building. Yeah, Trunks, like I told you, just trying to cycle in through the topics and whatnot. Really looking to leverage up more on the AM1Creates tip. There's a whole other channel, Trunks. If you want to scroll up, you see that AM1Creates link there. Shoot your boy a little sub up over there. You understand? Because I want to get that channel popping. And I'm going to take this video down from AM1 and just have this on AM1Creates along with a bunch of other content that's about to be rocking over there. I appreciate everybody pulling up on me and rocking with me as I do this logo reveal. This is literally the stuff I do for a living. So I said, hey, if y'all going to rock with me, why not double time it and literally show y'all what I get paid to do? And hopefully maybe expose some brothers to, or some sisters, expose anybody, some fam, y'all the fam, expose the fam to the fact that, hey, you could actually have a career doing this and make money working from home or anywhere else in the world you might want to be. You see what I'm saying? Be free to create to be free. AM1Creates. That is what I'm all about. And if I could show y'all a little bit of how to get a little taste of that lifestyle, then, you know, come do it. Come get down. But, you know, it's for me to put it out here. If you build it, they will come. Y'all know about that movie, Field of Dreams. All right, so what we gonna do about this here, though? What we gonna do about this here? Because we got options. I'm almost thinking, see, now that we're dead center, right? Here's kind of what I'm thinking. I highlight all of these, and then I go to option S for scale. Ayana, are you following along? Option S for scale. So I'm gonna play around with this scale idea a little bit more. And I gotta rethink this because I need the square has to go first because that one is behind. I think. Yes, that one has to go first. So we're gonna let me think. This is interesting. We just gotta see. Scale them all up. Oh, okay. So that's me just scaling them all from dead center. So that's very interesting. And let me do something a little bit here. Tidy up, make sure the system is running properly. This cache, 13 gigs. Yeah, let's clear that out a little bit. I can't believe y'all rocking with me on the After Effects Nerd Gang tutorial. Fire Beat says Black Trunks. Yeah, that's my guy's soundtrack from the town. From the town, one of Oakland's finest producers in the building. So we're gonna see what this do though, because this is whoa. Okay, wait a minute here now. Hold on, hold your horses here now. Hold on. Let me think of some things here. Because first of all, so I need more position keyframes, because now I need. Hold on. We got a situation here. I need that to scale up even more. But I specifically need the triangle to move over, because I want like that to fully cover the screen. I want every color to start off fully covering the screen. And again, I'm not even sure if this is going to work. And this is part of doing motion graphic work. Like, you might spend hella time building something out and be like, damn, what I thought was going to work doesn't even work. Let's see. So let me hide that, because I see what that's doing, and that's working right. The circle is pretty straightforward, and that does take up the whole thing. So it's the square. They're all the same size. So it's only the triangle that I really got to worry about. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. I take everything, and here's where the staggering of it. So the square, I can't think of what goes first or last. So I'll just, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, because hold on. Amazon. Amazon bringing me some camera gear. Better be camera gear. That's all I want. Oh, okay. So wait a minute. Okay. Triangle. Oh, so fade in from black? Why didn't y'all say that? Why didn't y'all say fade in from black? Black Trunks. Ah, there it is right there. So yeah, the square goes last. Duh. No. Square goes first. But y'all see where I'm going with that though, right? These things are huge though. All right, let me rethink. Let me try to reset here. Let me see. Let me back it all up. Because these things might be bigger than they need to be. First of all, this thing's hella big. Wait, no, it does need to be that big. Scale, position, triangle. Hide these other things. I'm only on a triangle. Can I get away with it being smaller? Wait, what happens? Yes, I can. This doesn't seem like it matters, but I think it matters. I'm pretty sure this matters. All right, so it matters because the size of each object is directly relative to how long it takes to collapse from its larger size down to its smaller size. If you guys didn't gather that part yet. And Yeah, trust me, it matters. If I can get it to a nice round number like 4,000. Oh, there we go. All right, so you got it there, and then position wise, yes. So basically I just want it to where the object totally blacks everything out. So I think we're gonna start with purple though. No, it has to start with the other one. Okay, so let me do this too. Scale 5,000. So that's a big ass circle. Yes, that does not need to be that big. But for the sake of trying to make them all be the same size, ooh. Let me see what happens if I try to make it even smaller. Because it doesn't need to be that big per se, but I do want them to be kind of like equal. I think we can get away with it because they'll be staggered anyway. So let's do this though. We're gonna get into this easing part first. The black first, scaling dark to light. Well, part of the issue with it really is the fact that they all end up where all three shapes, the black and the purple are on top of that sort of mint kind of color. You see what I'm saying? So that one has to go first because that's the one that basically lays the foundation for the other two to land on top of it. So it kind of has to go first, I think. But let's do the easing. So I'll do the easing. I hit F9. It'll be different on different computers, but so now these are all lit up. So you can see that they're ready to be adjusted with easing, but I want to custom ease it. They're already eased now, but I want to adjust the easing. So I'm literally controlling like how the trajectory of kind of like how they move. So they kind of start slow, which you can't see. They're not on the screen yet, but then they ease down slower. Yeah, see how they fly in? Bam. Yeah. They're gonna go slower too, so I can control that. Like, so that's half a second. That's 1 second. That's half a second, 12 frames. Oh, wait, did I get everything? Yes, I have everything. All right, so it scales and positions right to the middle, and it kind of chills for a second, then it slides. All right. So that kind of works, but I still need a little bit of time. We're gonna get into this, yeah, bar, you see what I'm saying? So that's actually kind of dope by itself without them even, because you see what I mean? That could kind of work. Part of it though is I want it to be this staggered kind of thing, right? But I agree that the black should be first, but that's just not how the logo is. So I'm kind of like bound to, I was like, I think of another way to do it, but it kind of has to work to where the square goes first, because that ends up behind. See how the other ones sit on top of it, so that one has to go first. But I agree that it should come off the black first. But what's gonna happen is, once I stagger these out, then it's gonna go square. I guess I will go square, circle, triangle. And that's basically gonna look like this. Collapse that in a little bit more. I'm gonna change the easing too, because it's kind of wasting a little bit of time. Oh, and that thing is huge too, so let's see. That doesn't need to be that big. That basically can be as big as the circle. Well, I can always fix that later anyway. But yeah, see, that's even dope by itself, except you don't get the benefit of seeing the different shapes. We'll go square first. Let me make sure, because that's how it really is, right? Oh, yeah, the square's in the back. So the colors change, but the square's in the back. So yeah, square in the back, square has to go last. Or square has to go first because it's in the back. All right, so square first. So basically all it is gonna go there. Okay. 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 So these all literally start. So I'm actually shortening up what you can even see by just nudging these all over. So there we go. Yeah. And triangle is going to go last. So basically using that same math. Oh, shit. All right, let me see. Run out of time. Oh, so wait, this whole little slide over thing. Let me unhide this because now I got to incorporate the timing with this, right? See exactly how much time I'm working with. Because that moves over. That's not even eased yet. So here's the backfire of working backwards. You guys see where it's going though, right? You see what I'm saying? And this is dope though. I appreciate you guys help with this because you guys, you know, had me think of some things that I may not have done. So you guys have legitimately helped with this logo reveal. And I super appreciate that. And I'm just blown away that y'all even rocking with me on this. So even with this, right, we got some more time. This is kind of cool. I like this. I legit didn't quite know what I was going to do going into this stream, which at least is better to have some kind of idea. So this is kind of how we moving so far. This is the whole 4-second reveal. It gets in and gets out. And it's not even fully staggered out and mapped out like sequence properly, but you can pretty much see what it is. Oh, that's dope. I like how it goes up, down, side to side, front, back, side. It's hitting switches. I like that. I like it. We just got to deal with this spacing. Mini heads make light work. I heard that. Armor of truth, valuable skills. Well, I can't. No patience. Keep rolling. We all be depending on you. Yeah, this is some super tedious work, but I gotta say, this kind of makes it more fun interacting with you guys doing it. I'd be just on nerd mode, listening to music or documentaries or podcasts and whatnot. Because with this is not like audio and video, so I don't have to worry about listening to the audio. In this case, I'm just talking with you guys, interacting with the chat, but I listen to a lot of podcasts and lectures and whatnot. All right, so we see what this is doing. So let's really look at the time here, because do we like that? That we can do better too, because that has easing. Oh wait, let me get into the easing though, because I didn't even really get busy with that. So again, we want to do the easing. We like it to slide, start slow, slide, pop. Yeah, y'all see how that hits it like right on time. So it's almost like that's getting out of there just as, yeah, podcast 7. I heard that. Yeah, see how it barely just gets out of the way as it's coming down? That's the kind of like triggering the interaction. Yes. 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 So now we have all of that time, assuming that we're going to stick with that. And you know what? Let me see, because I still want a little bit more time on the front end. So I want it to really sit there for a second and kind of peel off. Yeah. See how it just pops? Super subtle stuff, but it matters. Trust and believe it matters. Yeah. I'm liking it. What y'all think? We ain't done? Almost. But I'm liking the movement. Since I'm working backwards, I gotta test it. Yes. 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 I'm rocking with that. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So we good with that. So now all I got to do is do the staggered part. And now I can see exactly how much time we have. So this is where it starts moving right here. I'll put the playhead. That's what this is called, playhead, right where it's going to actually start moving. That's what we're done with so far. So since I'm working backwards, obviously we did that first. Now dial that part in. This segment, we just dialed in that easing, how that slides over there, and make sure that triggers right on time with this. And that's pretty cool. Let me just double check it again. Maybe a little smidgen of a little bit of slide time. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so now we know the time. So we got to deal with this little fly-in thing with these. How much time do we have overall? Square goes first. Circle goes second. So it's basically just this. Whoa. Oh, haha, my bad. That has to be hidden. There we go. Yeah. So here's the thing, Bari. I need this whole thing to happen in 4 seconds. And I think the timing on the text getting in and getting out is good enough for you to read it, and then it gets up out of there. So where do I take time from? The timing on everything is really good. You're saying that you think that the shapes can go fly on slower. And I see what you're saying. However, I'm more concerned with the fact that I want the logo to sit in place longer. I mean, the shapes to sit in place a little bit longer. They slide over too soon. So here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta make an executive decision and add a half a second to this. Actually, no, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to add a second to it. Yeah, you're saying move over slower. Well, either way, if to do anything slower requires more time, because I basically maxed out the time. So the only other option is to add another second to it. So that means I take everything starting here and beyond and move it over to 5 seconds. So now I got an extra second to play with everything. So let's say move over slower. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I can see that. We can play with that. Okay. Okay. We're gonna play with that extra 5 seconds, sure. So then part of what I want okay, I see something I can do here. Because I actually like the speed that they fly on, but now it's sitting too long, kinda. Let me think. That's why I just let it loop and kind of look at it. I think it works. So then maybe I will do something like some kind of little like flare or gleam across. Let's see if I have some of those on deck. I do not. Oh. 1 second. I think we're gonna see. We're gonna play around with this. It'll be fun to just try it anyway, see if it works. Where is it? Because we're pretty much good. The other ideas I have would take a little bit more building and are outside of the scope of this presentation. Damn, what was the last one? 44, 44, 44, 44. All right, we're gonna go with this. Let's take a look. All right, so I just dropped in this file. That's this like a lens. It's like a lens flare. It's not like a lens flare. It is a lens flare. But let's see what happens if we can work this into it without causing too much chaos. Overlay, screen, lighten. Oh. You guys can't see it right now, so faint. So I got to get the right blend mode to it. I'm not going to get into what blend modes mean too much because that's a whole other thing. Add. So now it becomes a timing too. So these are like pre-made lens flares. So just to give you an example, let me show you what's happening here. This is what I'm working with. Nothing. Let me try to show you. This is what I'm working with here. So I'm trying to see if I can use that, if I can incorporate that as part of it. Okay, so it's just a matter of how far in it starts. All right, so I've just kind of clipped this down. So I'm basically only really worried about this. So it only would really need to kind of land right there. And then again, I got to change the blend mode so it can actually literally blend into the footage I have. So let's see. Hold on, what are y'all saying? Now that many pauses too long. 3 kinds of speeds, which I like. Kind of 3 speeds, which I like. Yeah, I got to get the gleam, streak, shine, or something for its ending. I think it's better in my brain anyway. That many pauses good. Yeah, the pause just gets kind of subjective. It becomes kind of a feel thing. Many pauses good. Now you're saying it's too long. The color scheme only use that color scheme. Only use the shapes. Yeah, nah, and that's a tricky game, right? So part of it, even with the blend modes, though, you see it's kind of reacting to the colors that are already in the background. So it just becomes a matter of how much I can. You see what I'm saying? As I get deeper into where the flare happens, you see how it's actually interacting with the colors. When I played it on the black, it was one thing. You see what I'm saying, Michael? But I'm not sure if that works though, right? I mean, this is a tricky kind of thing. Like, there's no certified way to pull this off. The background colors are very, very subtle. It'll be okay. Well, part of it is if they're too subtle, then none of this will work right. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I mean, there's other ways I can do gleams and whatnot. So now I'm putting it behind it. But it needs to be in front of it. But it's like with the blend mode, it's like reacting to it in an interesting way. Screen blend mode. comes on. Okay, maybe that blend mode changes the game. Oh, okay, that might be it. Because that's really subtle. If I double it, what happens? Oh. Color blend is too different from the geometric shapes. Well, I mean, the idea is that it's just a lens flare, so there's no way it's going to have any particular geometry to it. Low cast, what's good? I mean, in this instance, it's almost, I don't like that it kind of, well, part of it too is the fact that I shifted this down. So it's that it's positioned right over it. So let me play around with this too, because I have some options here because this thing is actually huge. Because maybe I can just go some more subtle with it. Part of it too is, you know, not forcing it, but let me see if I kind of offset that a little bit because I don't want it to necessarily cover that flare part. And let me try this too because I have another idea. And let me go back to this too. Before I even worry about that, let me deal with this because I actually can make this whole thing where it flies on a little bit longer. Oh, so it gives me control where I can like extend all of them all at the same time. And then I just shorten that up to where it pops on, shorten that up to where it pops on. So it's going to actually take some of that pause time in the middle. So we're going to see. So it's doing like a pre-render kind of thing right now because it's on full res, and then it's going to cycle through again. Yeah, no, Michael, I agree. I agree. I do agree. I'm going to take that, put it back. I think the way that flies on is pretty legit. Let me just eyeball this a little bit more. Let that pre-render. Yeah, I might just have to really go in and kind of like condense it. Because I definitely don't want that pause to be too long. So you guys see what I did? I extended the whole thing by a second. So now we're in this weird kind of situation to where it's like, you don't want it to happen too fast and force it, right? But even right now, I'm sure you guys all agree that the pause needs to be there, but it's too long right now. There is another way I can think to fix it, but I'm wondering if I should just ditch that second. So what happens is, if I grab all these keyframes right here that make up the movement that happens, so all it is where that everything else happens after the pause. So right now, I'm a whole second over 4 seconds, which was my target. So if I shift back right now, I mean, there's my second right there, 2 to 1. It's like I don't have enough time to get it in. So that doesn't need to be that fast. So here's what we're gonna do. Or that's too slow. That can be faster. Let me see how quick. I gotta get that second back. Damn, it's like too fast though. Something has to give. Something gotta give. All right, so now grab all these keyframes, slide these back. Whoa. Ah. That's the problem. I don't want that. That split second is going to throw off the render. Damn. All right, let me... There's no way I can get it all in 4 seconds. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm seeing the same thing. Like, yeah, the momentary disconnect. Exactly. I mean, I just nudged it again. And I think that's probably as good as it's going to get. And part of what you guys are seeing is this. And this is something I plan to account for as well. Everything is moving, then it stops, then it moves again. There's a lot more movement. So what it is also is that, watch, I'll show you guys what I mean. Let's see, a second. I'll go new comp, please. So I'll just make it to whatever. So I'm gonna take this whole composition and put it inside of another composition. So new comp 2 is going to go inside new comp 1, new 2. The one we're working on is going to go inside comp 2. And here's why. So now all of that is all built and now compiled inside of this. And actually, let me fix this. Oh, because we didn't even deal with the out for these. Oh, so this thing has to be longer. There's just no way. Okay, wait a minute. So yeah, I didn't even account for the out. So even within 5 seconds, okay, we gotta deal with this before I even worry about that other thing. So that's what it is. It just has to not sit as long. That's the only way. And I think I just fixed it right there. I think that nudge just did it. But this whole reveal is gonna have to be 5 seconds. Because I'm over here forgetting about the shapes now that we did the shape. This is an example of why you don't hustle backwards and design backwards, because then you got to troubleshoot after the fact. But it's y'all fault because I didn't want this to be too boring at first. So I was like, let me get animating on something real quick. What if you add your second to the speed of shapes moving in? I don't want them to move too, I think they're at a good speed right now. Because it pops, it brings you in. So I think I just fixed the delay. Yeah, I fixed the delay. I think I just got it. I think I got the best of both worlds right here. And here's the thing. Watch when y'all see what I'm gonna do with this. Oh, this is about to be dope. So this is gonna start getting out of here right about there. So here's what's about to happen. And this basically shuts the whole game down right here. So we have the shapes. I'm keyframing the shapes, and let me do it at fit so you guys see it. Keyframes on the shapes right here. And you see these things starting to get up out of here, right? So we're gonna have that position there. So what I'm gonna do is make them all go. We'll debate on this later, but we'll see how this looks at first. But you guys are gonna see we swooping up out of there. Since everything gets out of there, we're getting up out of there. You see what I'm saying? But here's the thing. They're going to ease and they're going to stagger. So they're still going to do the easing. So I hit the F9 to get to the easing mode. They all went to ease. And then I'm going to ease them up out of here. So again, that's the thing where they're sitting still. So I want to give them that slow little physics where they move off slow. They kind of take off slow. Then it just becomes a matter of kind of dialing in the timing. Yeah, feel it? Even there, wait, where's that move? I actually got a little wiggle room to work with right there. So let me see. Yeah. Yeah. So then how do I do it? Circle is last, so circle, square. I'm trying to think how I would do this. Yeah, I want them to all kind of stagger off like at variable speed. Ugh. Yeah, we out. We out. Yeah. We up out. That's it. I mean, I got some other ideas on what I think I could do with this, but for the most part, to stick on brand for him, I think we good. But let me try this one last thing because I like that. So we're gonna try this one last thing. And actually, while we're over here, I'm gonna do this too. Whole thing gets out right there by 5, so we're gonna go to 5 in right there. So here's another thing I was thinking about as well, and I was thinking about this the whole time. So I like to pretty much have some type of movement, some variation in movement at all times. So what I was thinking was this: basically the whole time, starting from after here, it has to start there. But I'm gonna do a scale time frame or keyframe, and little by little, and it'll be hardly noticeable, but make the whole thing get a little bit bigger. So what's going to happen is even when the logo reveal technically is stopped on that little pause, it will be moving a little bit. So everything is moving forward slightly the whole time. All right, so I like it. I like it. I like it. It definitely is a dope movement. So we have this setup right here. Let it pre-render real quick. See, the little green bar shows that the computer is pre-rendering it, and then once the green bar, then it's showing it all at real time. So we got two different variations of his logo. Technically three, but this main version of the stacked logo, the bigger shapes, kind of pops in, does a little bouncy thing, and gets up out of there. Then we have this other version where these things fly in. First floor reveal, multi-direction. Yeah, and it gets up out of there. So let me try this other thing real quick. So I'm gonna add a camera to the whole mix. I'm gonna get into that too much, but we're gonna make this a 3D layer. So now the whole layer is a 3D layer. So I do this because what I'm thinking about is maybe, if we're lucky enough, I'll put a position keyframe here, and there's actually a kind of a better way to do this, but we'll do it the hard way just because I'm hard-headed right now. But I don't even know if this will work, but yeah. What I want to do is see if I can make the camera basically zoom in to these objects as they kind of fly up out of there. This will be extremely tricky, and I don't think it's going to work, but we shall see. Whoa, that's kind of dope. Huh. Let's see. It's not doing quite what I wanted it to do, but that's kind of dope because it was already flying out across the screen, but the idea of how it moves closer into them. So let's throw a little ease at that and see what that does. Almost want to try to make it more dramatic. See if it works. This is tricky because I'm trying to like slide it around, but I can't even see where it is. There it goes. Like zooming way into it. So the way I see it now, I could actually use just it regular, where it just gets up out of there, and I could use that other version too. Now it just gets out. And then a little bit more dynamic. So maybe relative to the final piece project, I could make one that's kind of more simple, and then on the out, it kind of zooms into it more like that, because I like how they both look. And then, of course, I'll check with my guy, check with the client, see what he thinks. I think he'll like both because they're not too way crazy. I don't know. I'm pretty much good with that. I don't want to be too long with this. I have not been tracking. Oh, shit, 2 hours? Crazy. AM1Creates Art Boards and Timelines is the name of the series I'm going to be rocking, showing how we get down with Illustrator, art boards, After Effects, Premiere, timelines, And I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Definitely a lot more coming with this, and just more sort of inside lane thoughts and tactics and strategies on how I consult with clients, the gear that I pick, why, tutorials and reviews on the gear, links to the gear if you guys want to buy some stuff. I have those kind of links showing you. Unfortunately, for better or for worse, I get a lot of stuff from Amazon because it's just entirely too convenient, and it works. Sometimes I need stuff quick, and it's like that. So if you like, I can show you where I'm getting stuff from, and then of course just from any links from anywhere else. But yeah, pretty cool. A little over 2 hours. Logo reveal live, AM1 style. I super duper appreciate y'all rocking with me. And let me do this other thing real quick. Yeah. Look what y'all did. Hold on, let me do it like this too. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You guys are good. You guys are good. So yeah, all of that. I probably would not have done the up down, how the first comes down, the floor comes up, groups comes in, then we slide. So this thing, motion graphics work takes a lot of time, super tedious. You're creating on the fly, building something out of nothing, or in this case, you have the logo and just making it happen. That's why for somebody who has the type of patience who can really dig in on something like this, it's a dope career to get into. And a lot of people won't do it because they don't have that level of attention span, which is why it pays very nicely. But I'm gonna leave it at that. That's the reveal right there. That's what you guys did. Again, I appreciate you guys supporting your boy. Make sure you are sub to the AM1Creates channel. Shout out to my guy Nick Taylor and everybody else who spammed that in the chat for your boy. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, peace, y'all.